Hi.
Hi.
With all the lockdowns and bans on travel, if you were by chance missing France, missing being in the city of love, Paris, or anything French, uh, there's a wonderful way to catch up, which is the serial called 10%, literally means 10%, in English known as Call My Agent. It's a Netflix series, 4 seasons, 6 episodes each, 24 in all, and it's just wonderful.
Yeah, it's about this talent management agency run by these four people, the actors called Camille Cotin, Thibault de Montalembert, Gregory Montel, and Lillian Robert. And how they are managing these actors and actresses along with whatever's happening in their own lives. And it's done so beautifully. I mean, it's it captivates you. It's an edge of the seat watching from the word go. The first series, the first one episode, and we were hooked.
Yeah, you get hooked. And as an aside, there are also these assistants to these the four people who are kind of forced into partnering and leading the firm that you mentioned. There's Fanny Sidney, there's Nicholas Maury, there's Steffi Selma, and Laure Calami. And in later seasons, another key character is Assad Boa. But that's not all. You also have these famous guest appearances, which I think begin in season two.
Right.
Any ones that you remember?
I remember Monica Bellucci, Sigourney Weaver, and I think there was another one called Joey Star.
Yep. And so it's literally the who's who of the French world with multiple names. Isabelle Adjani, there's Jean Reno, there's Isabelle Huppert, there's Franck Dubosc, etc., etc. I mean, the list is literally endless. But what I loved about these guest appearances was they gave each one a particular character. In the sense, it was Monica Bellucci, it was Juliette Binoche, but there was a particular way that the particular role that they had to essay about themselves. So, for example, one of them is just someone who cannot stop working or wants to work on all shows, even if it means not being entirely legal. There's someone else who's just bored of being in Cannes, so to speak, and is trying to avoid this tycoon. So instead, ends up having pizza with her security guard instead of having to go to the tycoon's yacht. In another case, there's an old French actor who is not so sure. He thinks he's past his prime, and now someone's forcing him to work with this young talent, etc., who's very cocky, etc., and how now he has to kind of redeem himself or discover himself. So what I loved were these little bits, little roles given. In another really interesting one, this woman wants to work with younger men. She's tired of being paired with people who are old because she believes she's youthful. And now, how does she convince this very stubborn director that she can do this?
So it was pretty much true to their actually how they would be. I mean, I'm not saying that's how they are, but they did it so beautifully that these actors and actresses would be like this, true to their persona and
Possibly.
personalities.
What did you think of the show?
So I found it very smartly, intelligently done. I mean, each uh, whatever situation they were in was handled in a very like in a normal regular talent management agency without resorting to slapstick or that kind of silly antics that people do and show for a particular show. So it was done very smartly.
I think I can't agree with what Ritu said more, because for me that was a big difference between shows like The Office or Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which my kids love, and yes, they have their funny moments, but it's not real at all. It's as far removed from reality as, let's say, Mars is to Earth. And here, when people did something or did something wrong or schemed or said something nasty or kept a secret, there were consequences. People got fired or people got pushed out or people had to restructure or multiple things that happened, and yet they kept it engaging, yet they kept it light. It wasn't intense. You didn't feel bored for 1 second. Also, the most beautiful thing about it, while it's primarily set in Paris, you get to see a lot of France, small towns, small villages. In fact,
Yeah.
even this beautiful hotel that I had discovered 2 years back, Anmol and I had gone and stayed there for a while. Then Ritu and Anvika and I had gone and stayed there as well. It's in a small town right on the edge of Paris, and this hotel features prominently for a few episodes.
That was the
And
highlight.
and then Khan, you get to see the kind of inner workings of that whole madness jamboree.
Yes.
So lots of
Red
little
Hot.
places, small towns, small characters shown, etc., which just make it come to life.
Absolutely.
Rating?
I think I was at an 8 or a 9. 9.
So my rating is 9 for sure. It ends on a really dramatic note at the end of season 4, and I can't wait for season 5. I hope there is one. So 9 it is from both of us. Deepo song, Call My Agent, Netflix.
Must watch.